If you're like most parents, when your child is hurting emotionally, almost every part of you will want to make it stop. But before we can help our kids, it helps to be with ourselves and our own internal systems first. Welcome to Self-Led Parenting Live. I'm Jacqueline Long, licensed marriage and family therapist, and this is a space where all of you as a parent is welcome. All parts of you are welcome here. That's important because when our kids are in emotional pain, whether it looks like anxiety or panic, rage or shutdown, school refusal, self-harm, or lots of negative self-talk, our own nervous systems will light up fast as a parent because we care. And often we try to help them, our kids, from the loudest, most activated, or most amped up part of us inside, right? We try to help them from the fixer or the inner worrier, the minimizer or the rescuer, the we need to do something now part of us. And today I want to help you slow that moment down. Because before we decide what to say or do with our child in those moments, before we choose consequences or solutions, therapists or boundaries or next steps, it helps to have a map. And the map I'll be sharing with you today comes from Internal Family Systems, or IFS, and it's called a parts map. So today I'm going to walk you through this simple reflection exercise that you can use when your child or teen is struggling, so you can understand what's happening inside of yourself first, making a U-turn, which helps you shift from parts-led parenting to self-led parenting. This internal shift helps you bring your deep, wise, loving self to your kid in their moment of deep pain when they need you the most. In the words of interpersonal neurobiologist Dan Siegel, the most powerful predictor of kids who thrive is parental self-understanding. Your own self-understanding as a parent is one of the things that will help your kids thrive the most. It helps our kids when we understand ourselves and befriend the different parts of us inside that become activated when we parent our kids. So let's begin. Please take out a piece of paper and either a pen or pencil, or maybe some colored pencils or markers or even crayons, whatever feels right to you. And feel free to put the video on pause so you can go gather your things. And you can also pause the video or take a break at any time if you begin to feel overwhelmed by this exercise. We never go anywhere without full permission from all parts of us inside. And when you're ready to proceed, feel free to begin the process of bringing your awareness inward. And as you go inside, bring to mind one specific moment. Maybe your child slammed the door. Maybe your teen said, "I hate my life." Maybe it was a moment when they weren't willing to go to school. Maybe they told you something scary, and maybe they said nothing at all, but your body just knew something was really off track. Just bring that moment to mind. And imagine your kid safe in a room without any other objects in it. They're safe in a room with 4 walls, and you can see into that room through a window. As you look through that window at your kid struggling and in emotional pain, notice what's coming up in you as you bear witness to their pain. And notice where you find that part of you in or around your body. As you focus on those sensations, just notice how surface or deep they are. If they're more to the right or left or center, forward or back. And see if there's any color that goes with the sensations. Notice if there's any emotion that comes with the sensations. And then you can just allow an image to arise that symbolizes this part of you in some way. It doesn't even have to make any sense. Don't go searching for an image, just allow an image to arise. And once that image arises, you can place it on the page. Just take a few moments with that. You might even pause the video and just trust whatever comes. It might be in the form of a word. That's a symbol too. Just trusting whatever comes, using whatever color calls to you, whatever energy drawings or shapes to symbolize that part of you. And then you can bring your attention back inside and just stay with that part of you. Stay with that first part of you until it shifts or changes into something else. Just being with that part of you for a few moments until it shifts or transforms into something else. And then see if you can find that part of you in or around your body. And just allow yourself to be with those sensations that come with this second part. And just notice the quality of those sensations. Noticing if there's a texture to them or a rhythm to the sensations, if they're deep or surface. Noticing if there's a color or an emotion that comes with these sensations. And then just allow an image to arise that captures this part of you, the second part in some way. And as that image arises, you can go ahead and just pour that second image onto the page, wherever feels right to you. It doesn't even have to make any sense. Feel free to press pause so you can take some time to capture that second part of you on the page. And after you've placed that second part of you on the page, you can go back inside and just take a few moments to be with that second part of you. Staying with that second one, just being with it, noticing it, maybe even breathing with it until it shifts or changes or transforms into something else. And then notice this something else where you find it in or around your body. Noticing the sensations that come along with this third part of you. Noticing if there's a color, and maybe there's no sensation at all. That's okay too. But maybe there's an emotional quality to this third part of you. Maybe it has a word or a phrase. Just notice. And then allow an image to arise that captures this part of you or symbolizes some aspect of this part of you in some way. And just pour that image onto the page wherever feels right. You can Take a moment to pause the video if you'd like a little extra time with that third part as you place it on the page. And this could go on for a few more rounds. So if you are sensing that there's other parts that would like to be represented, feel free to take your time. You could even go back in the video a little bit and go through this a few more times. At this point today, we'll pause here and I'll just invite you to notice the page. So I'll take my page here and we'll just take a moment to look at all of the different parts on the page. And if there's any sort of judgment or feeling of liking this one and preferring this one and not liking that one or not preferring that one, that's another part of you. And it could be helpful to put that on the page somehow. So it can be helpful to pour onto the page any parts that are feeling drawn to certain shapes or images on the page and any that are feeling judgmental about or don't like or don't want the parts. You can represent that on the page if possible. And eventually, the more and more we pour our parts onto the page, we'll be unblending from them. And it will become more and more possible for your deep, wise, loving self energy to shine on these different parts of you. So just see, it might not be possible, but just see if it might be possible for you to radiate like the sun, a little warmth towards each of these parts of you. You could just imagine pulling farther and farther back, like the sun, that far back, and like the sun shining your energy and your light and your warmth equally on all of the different parts of you. Just see if that might be possible. If not, that's okay. There might just be another part of you inside. Just taking a moment, just seeing if it might be possible just to radiate some warmth towards all of these different parts of you, honoring them, including them. Maybe even beginning to get a little curious about them, radiating some compassionate curiosity on them. And this is something that you could bring to a therapist as a parent, to be curious about your own parts map. You could bring this in to discuss and explore. It's also very helpful to do this on your own before having a conversation with your child about their emotional pain or the struggles that they've been going through. Befriending our own parts first, understanding, getting curious about, shining compassion on our own parts first before coming into contact with our child or our teen and their parts. So I'll just show you mine just as an example. So I had a part that was saying no to the feelings. I wanted it to stop, and it's feeling a little harried and let's see, trying to make sure that you can see it. There we go. Yeah, harried and just it's a fix it, stop it part. And then there's a part that cools everything down like waves of water. And this part doesn't really have a name. It's just more of an energetic discomfort. And these are all here trying to manage my child's pain. And then I have a little one inside that's just needing some of my own attention. And then I have this self energy that's like the sun, just shining its loving energy equally on all of these different parts of me inside. So that's an example of a parts map. And yours might look very, very different than mine. That's just how mine came out. So before we close today, what I hope you take away with you is this. Your child's pain isn't asking you to make it go away. It's asking you to be present with yourself so you can be present with your kid. And presence with yourself gets blocked when our own parts take over. That's why the U-turn matters. When you lead from yourself in relationship with your parts, you become a secure base, a safe foundation for your child. Clearer, calmer, more compassionate, more curious, more connected. And that changes everything. When our emotions get pushed away, whether in us or in our children, they don't just disappear, they intensify because they're trying to be understood. So the next time your child is struggling emotionally, before you rush to fix or punish, rescue or explain, or send them away to a different room so you don't have to be in touch with it, consider pausing and asking, what's happening inside of me right now, right? Because healing for them often begins when we bring a healing presence to ourselves. So thank you for being here. Thank you for doing some of the most important work in the world. And I'll see you next Tuesday at 12 p.m. Pacific. Thanks.